What's up, y'all? It's your boy JTMM, aka JustTenMoreMinutes, aka the Freaking 10. Back again with another video, and this time we're back with Sabaton's Attack of the Dead Man. Now, previously I was going to be watching, I think it was like Shuromaya, and then there were two other ones, but those required me to read a little bit, and as you can hear in my voice, I'm not 100%, and so, quite honestly, and I hate to say it, I didn't feel like reading that much. So I apologize for that, but I am getting to those probably next week once I feel better. Now, with that being said, I did see kind of a synopsis of what the story's about, but with all of Sabaton's videos so far, it doesn't matter if you know the story or not, it's how they tell it. It's the lyrics, it's the music, it's the visuals, it's the whole composition that they put together that just makes it stunning. So I'm looking forward to this. You know, this is not a pretty picture that could be painted with what happened in this battle, but I know they're going to do it justice, so I'm not worried in the least. With that being said, let's switch it up and take a listen.
There's a thunder in the east, it's an attack of the disease. They've been blazing poison gas, 7,000 charge en masse. Turn the tide of the attack and force the enemy to turn back. And that's when the dead men are marching again. Once again, and again, attack of the dead. Iron Men facing the dead. Once again, Iron Men charge again, die again. Also yet, then and again, attack of the dead. Iron Men facing the dead. Once again, Iron Men charge again, die again.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. And I apologize if I cough. The symbolism with the green, right? And I don't know if that, I'm sure part of it is lighting, or camera filter after the effect, you know, and how they showed the crowd. But the gas mask, right, coming out with that and knowing about, you know, the poisonous gas and the chlorine gas and stuff that you know, these soldiers got hit with. I mean, that just gives you the picture right there, right? You know, they got the barbed wire. I mean, it's just so well done. I mean, before you even get to the lyrics, the visuals, and this is exactly what I meant at the beginning of the video. When these guys do a video and they put visuals to it, it doesn't matter if they're telling a story, just like in Christmas Truce, or if they're doing something like this in a live performance. The visuals are second to none. Turmoil at the front. Wilhelm's forces on the hunt. There's thunder in the east. It's an attack of the deceased. They've been facing poison gas, 7,000 charge en masse. Turn the tide of the attack and force the enemy to turn back. So this is where, again, I always break down the rhyme scheme, right? Because what I really enjoy about the way they write their songs is really they throw different rhyme schemes in. You've got here turmoil at the front, Wilhelm's forces on the hunt. There's a thunder in the east. It's an attack of the deceased. You know, gas, mass, and then attack and back. And I love, I don't know, there's something about simple rhymes like that that are so gratifying, right? I don't know what it is. I mean, I do it, when I write a song or write lyrics, I should say. And that's when the dead men are marching again. Osweic, and I know I'm going to mispronounce that. I was trying to listen to see how they pronounced it, but Osweic, then and again, attack of the dead, 100 men, facing the lead once again, 100 men, charge again, die again. Osweic, then again, attack of the dead, 100 men, facing the lead once again, 100 men, charge again, die again. I love this so far. Let's keep going.
Hindenburg against the Tsar, moving 12 battalions large into a Russian countercharge. They'll be fighting for their lives as the enemy revives. Russians won't surrender, no, striking fear to the foe. And that's when the dead men are marching again. Also yes, then again, attack on the dead, 100 men, facing the dead, once again, 100 men, charge again, die again. Also yes, then again, attack on the dead, 100 men, facing the dead, once again, 100 men, charge again, die again.
Metal has no age. Okay, I didn't want to interrupt the solo. And I know there's only like 40 seconds left. And they did repeat a lot, but that's okay. What I do want to know, for those that have been to a concert where this song has been performed and he's worn that mask, was it something where, do you think they piped his vocals in or a recording of it? Or, my apologies, this cold is kicking my butt. Or do you think, or was it something where you could tell he was singing under the mask? Because I'm thinking, I was sitting there, I was watching him, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, under the mask with a wireless mic, what type of projection could you get with your vocals without distorting it and really making it sound good? Now, I know this is a music video, so they, this could be overlaid to a video. But I'm just curious. So for those that have been to a live concert where this song's been performed, and if he's worn that mask, do you think it, or do you believe that he was singing under the mask? Or so just more of a curiosity thing. Two combatants spar, Hindenburg against the Tsar. Move in 12 battalions large into a Russian counter-charge. They'll be fighting for their lives as their enemy revives. Russians won't surrender, no, striking fear into their foe. That's just, again, this reminds me a lot of, Unkillable Soldier, and in the sense of it's, the pace of it, right? It's not, Christmas Truce was still had some upbeat parts, but for the most part, it was kind of slower compared to, let's say, Bismarck and some of these other ones. Whereas this one, and Unkillable Soldier just comes out boom, boom, boom. And again, with the rhyme schemes of, spars are large charge, lives revives no foe. I mean, it's very direct into the point, because there's been some songs where he'll throw that rhyme in at the beginning of the line and then end it with that ending rhyme, which is also very cool because it allows you to tell a story differently in the lyrics. So to me, that's always fascinating when someone does it like that. But this is very straightforward. And again, I'll say it over and over about Sabaton. What I respect about their ability is to tell this history, tell it accurately in these songs, and just make it these beautiful compositions. I think they're extremely underrated. I know they have a large following, but this isn't, it's not like this is your I hate to use the word typical, but when someone would picture band Sabaton and see these guys, long hair, right? They're going to be very judgmental on what type of music these guys may produce. But when you actually listen to them, their music is utterly brilliant. And that's why I think they're truly undervalued and underrated in the grander scheme of things. I think these guys, should have a much larger following than what they do, because I truly think if more people heard the lyrics and how they told the stories of history, game over. I think they could go down easily as one of the greatest bands of all time. Because when you tell stories like this and represent history, factual history, maybe that's what people are afraid of. That's a different story. But when you're able to do that through song, it makes learning it so much easier. I think kids would learn so well from this. And then they repeat, right? And that's when the dead men are marching again. And sorry about that tangent, but when I get sick, I tend to ramble because I'm not 100%. Osweic, and I'll apologize for pronunciation. Osweic, then and again, attack of the dead, 100 men, facing the lead once again, 100 men, charge again, die again. And they repeat that through. Let's let it finish out and I'll give my final thoughts. I love that lady. That's just pure freaking joy. That's a wicked ending. Okay, we're right at the end. I want to go back to that ending for a second. Oh, that's wicked. Oh, that's wicked. I love that ending. Just a ba-da-da-da-da-da-dun. Sorry, that's the music nerd in me. Sorry. I gotta hear that one last time. That's beautiful. Oh, I don't know. There's something about just that. You're bum, 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 bum. Not an overly complex beat, right? And then it's ba da 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 da. Boom. That's beautiful. Sorry, it's the music nerd in me. It's those little changes like that, and you've probably seen it. That get me excited. Yeah, let me switch it up. I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, I'm really glad I did this one today, because if I would have had to focus on any more, I would have, yeah, no. This actually like really brightened my day, because just the way the song goes, right? I mean, it tells a very straight and to the point story of something that, was horrific. I can't imagine being a soldier and approaching and seeing these guys coughing up blood, and parts of their insides from the flesh dissolving, and yet these pressing forward. And I would have fled too. I don't think anybody during that time would have seen that and gone, yeah, let me keep going forward. That no. And on the flip side, just the I don't know. War isn't pretty, and you never really. There's some wars where there's a clear right and a clear wrong, right? Whether it's human need, human treatment, things like that, where people are being 100% mistreated, and then defense, right? Defending against someone else. But to think of these soldiers that were going through this and were attacked with the chlorine gas, and just that dissolving their insides and them still going forward. Oh, it's gruesome stuff. But to take something like that and put it into this particular one, especially the opening line, turmoil at the front, Wilhelm's forces at the front. There's a thunder in the east. It's an attack of the deceased. They've been facing poison gas. 7,000 charge en masse turned the tide of attack and forced the enemy to turn back. All right. Now, of course, the time and the history go on to tell that they didn't hold it that much longer. They threatened to encircle it, and they demolished it and retreated. I want to say it was 1918, I think, is what I saw. Let me take a quick look just so I know that I'm correct in this. Sorry, on August 18th, not 1918, August 18th. So to take a story that's as gruesome as this and turn it into this composition, I don't know why every time I listen to these guys, I'm amazed. Not amazed in the sense of I don't think they could do it. It's that creativity and how they turn these stories into lyrics. It actually really makes me want to go take a piece of history and write a song about it. Because I think it's brilliant. And why that hadn't really become more popular to do. They've got Hamilton, which, tells some stories, and just not my thing. But in this type of mainstream music where you've got this, where it's just so well done, we need that in our schools. We really do. And I don't care what genre you do with, that's just awesome. All right, let me get my shameless plugs. If you liked the video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. I do want to ask again, if you've been to a concert where they performed this and they did the mask, if do you think he was doing the vocals under the mask, or do you think it was overlaid? Not a knock against either way, because I truly think that they could probably, with the wireless mic, do enough of the production changes to make his voice sound okay. It's just more of a hats off to him, because trying to breathe in one of those, trying to get the same power in your voice while you're trying to intake oxygen would just be damn hard. So if he did it, hats off to him. And of course, like I said, that's a music video, so I don't know. Anyway, if you like the content I'm producing, hit that subscribe button. As everybody's been doing, I greatly appreciate it as we keep going on and up. Look for more videos today. I've got Nightwish with Nemo, Ginger Homeback, and then I don't remember what I settled on for the bonus track today. I want to say it was Ad Infinitum. So don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what it was. Also, I've got dad jokes that are coming out. It's just something fun. I'm always serious on here. So I was like, why not just lighten it up with the dad joke of the day? So I'll have those coming out as well. Recorded a bunch of those sitting in the car yesterday. So that just to add some fun to the channel, and just, like I said, give that other side of me. I've released more Try Not to Laugh videos over on more JTMM. So check those out. We've got more videos coming. More videos this week. For Friday will be the Free for All Friday. And I've got a list of those that I will post on the community tab as well. So until then, I'm going to go get some rest. But always remember, my friends, if someone asks you to stop what you're doing, don't ask for 1, don't ask for 2, and certainly don't ask for 5. If someone asks you to stop what you're doing, always ask for just 10 more minutes. I'm JTMM. I'm out.